A two-vehicle crash sends motorcyclists to the hospital with severe head trauma. Mud volcanoes emit greenhouse gases along the Colorado River, igniting interest in unique geology. And your local weather forecast coming up with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the week ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A motorcycle rider was airlifted to a hospital with severe injuries following a two-vehicle crash near Duck Creek Village in Kane County on Saturday afternoon. Utah Highway Patrol reported that the incident occurred on State Route 14 near milepost 29 around 3:30 p.m. The driver of a larger vehicle reportedly failed to see the motorcyclist, which caused the motorcycle to be either bumped or spooked, leading the rider off the roadway. The individual was reportedly not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash and suffered serious injuries. Mud volcanoes are bubbling up along the Colorado River, revealing a fascinating geological phenomenon and raising concerns about methane emissions. For more on this story, we'll go to Alicia Lundgren.
While exploring Lake Powell near the confluence of White Canyon and the Colorado River, staff from the Glen Canyon Institute and the Returning Rapids Project found a cone of mud bubbling over with gas, as can be seen in footage courtesy of the Institute. The mud volcano was emitting what appeared to be methane gas, a potent greenhouse gas 80 times more effective at holding heat in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. All lakes and reservoirs can emit greenhouse gases, but recent research has placed reservoirs as the fourth highest emitters of methane related to human activity. This still puts them behind the fossil fuels industry, which produces an estimated 74% of human-caused emissions. Marguerite Melinda, a Stanford University geophysics student who studied mud volcanoes at Lake Powell, said more rigorous study is needed to see a full picture on how reservoirs could contribute to climate change.
I think until we have a pretty good constraint of how much of these gases is being emitted and what's controlling how much they're emitted, it's going to be hard to factor in any lacustrine sources of CO2 or methane into climate change models or climate change predictions.
U.S. Bureau of Reclamation officials told St. George News that newer reservoirs and those in areas that are rich in vegetation likely emit more greenhouse gases than mature reservoirs, like Lake Powell, that are set in arid environments. However, some research has indicated that reservoirs emit more CO2 when young, but more methane as they age.
Thanks, Alicia. Now we'll take a look at your daily weather forecast brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. Starting in St. George, it's a warm 99 degrees right now. Tonight, temperatures will cool down to a cooler 65 degrees. Tomorrow promises to be a hot one with a high of 102 degrees and a low of 63. Next, we have Mesquite, Nevada, which has extended its excessive heat warning until Tuesday. It's currently at 105 degrees, and tonight's low will settle at 71. For tomorrow, we're looking at another hot day, sitting at 107 degrees during the day and dipping down to 70 at night. Finally, in Cedar City, it's a pleasant 85 degrees. Tonight, expect a low of 50. Tomorrow's high will reach 87 degrees with a low of 52, which seems like a great day to get outdoors. Now we'll head over to Aaron Crane for the latest update on Region 9 sports.
Thanks, Monica. Friday night saw some key matchups in Region 9 football, starting with Hurricane, who earned their first win over Snow Canyon in 8 years, 35-7. Junior quarterback Dylan Gabriel threw 2 touchdown passes to Austin McRoberts, including a 75-yard strike that broke the game wide open. Meanwhile, Desert Hills handled Dixie comfortably, winning 49-0. Running back Titan Mason led the Thunder with 3 rushing touchdowns as Desert Hills controlled the game from start to finish. In a tight contest, Pineview held off Cedar 31-27. The Panthers built a lead in the fourth quarter and managed to fend off Cedar's last-minute efforts to secure the win. And finally, Crimson Cliffs came from behind to beat Stansbury on the road, 24-21. A 49-yard touchdown pass from Ryder Sherritt put the Mustangs ahead late in the fourth quarter. Saturday morning saw a dozen schools gather at Cedar High for Cedar's invitational cross-country meet. The Cedar High girls and Desert Hills boys emerged victorious in the team standings. Individually, Pineview's Emily Williams and Bridger Jagger took home top honors. Williams, a junior, dominated the girls' race, finishing with a personal best. In the boys' race, senior Bridger Jaggy crossed the line first, followed closely by his teammate Trevor Pryor. Next up, Region 9 athletes will compete in the Region Championship on October 8th in St. George, with state qualifiers advancing to the state meet at Sugar House Park later this month. Now back to you, Monica.
Thanks, Aaron. This Saturday, nearly 8,000 runners will lace up for the 48th annual St. George Marathon, kicking off at 7 a.m. Runners from 48 states and 14 countries will compete in this iconic race, which showcases Southern Utah's stunning landscapes. The marathon is a celebration of endurance, camaraderie, and community spirit, according to Michelle Graves, Assistant Director of Parks and Community Services. Excitement builds as competitors vie for titles, including J.J. Santana, aiming for his third consecutive win, and Sylvia Bedford, also seeking a third straight victory as the fastest woman in Southern Utah. The festivities begin Friday with the Marathon Expo and the St. George 5K. St. George welcomes its newest pizza destination, Sandtown Pizza, where vibrant decor and a wood-fired oven promises a unique dining experience, featuring creative pies like pesto pear and French onion, all crafted with locally sourced ingredients. Here's Jesse Bang for more on this local pizza shop.
Chris Tamplin is the owner of Sandtown Pizza, St. George's newest joint that's bringing something fresh to Southern Utah using local ingredients. When St. George News last checked in, he was selling pizzas from his backyard during COVID and had expanded to the downtown farmers market. Now, he's living his dream with his very own restaurant featuring his own flair on old classics. Try out Sandtown's pesto pear pizza, made with pesto base, prosciutto, red onions, and thinly sliced pears, finished with olive oil and topped with toasted pistachios straight out of a wood-fired oven. The menu goes beyond pizza with a wood-fired selection from steak to chicken wings, alongside fresh salads like peach tomato.
Here we got a burrata cheese, and then I just kind of break it in half and put it on top so it's more spreadable and shareable on the plate. And some pistachios and fresh pepper on top of it as well. And then it gets some mint, shred it up and put it on there so you can kind of see that our citrus vinaigrette kind of shows what the herbs are inside and everything.
Don't miss their decadent peanut butter pie made from Tamplin's mom's home recipe. But hurry, they're only open until they sell out.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.